Business that benefits society, technologies that make the world more convenient. Each issue of our program introduces you to people who build the future on the basis of the latest developments, principles of high social responsibility, and a caring attitude towards nature. The world of startups showcases advanced high technologies and their integration into all spheres of our modern life. Transport system of future. Platform for events automation. Smart gas station. Digitalization connects different aspects of our life. This is especially relevant to transportation systems. Cars are becoming electric and self-driving. The urban infrastructure uses services to analyze events and to predict them more often. On the example of the city of Almaty, scientists and urbanists of the Astana Economic Forum predicted how Roads 2.0 will look like. The main source of chaos in this direction is the surrounding space. It may be inadequate drivers on the road, a fallen tree, or a damaged asphalt. 90% of modern work on the creation of an intelligent transport system is an attempt to teach how to navigate in chaotic environments effectively. Experience of Russian colleagues who use drones to analyze the situation on the road is very useful. The drones fly over the roads to collect information because it takes longer and it is more difficult to do by feet or by driving a car in traffic. Drones does it quickly in any conditions with uneven terrain and so on. But at the same time, this information needs to be analyzed further to make sure that everything really coincides with the way it should be and the way it is presented in the database. Another important step towards the infrastructure of the future is to make sure that buses will use electricity as a source of power. Last year, the first environmentally friendly passenger buses in the country were assembled. The Kazakh electric bus cost 12.5 million tenge, more than a diesel car from Europe. However, the use of the European model is much more expensive. All movements down the route will be controlled by a single center, and if there is a speed limit of 40 kilometers or 60 kilometers per hour, no matter how fast the driver wants to drive the bus, it will go at a given speed in these sections. In addition to that, the driver won't be able to maneuver the bus to the right or to the left, and the bus will only go down a given direction. Another important condition for the construction of smart roads, investment transparency. It is impossible to achieve it without using electronic payments. This is evidenced by the experience of implementing the Onay card and the possibility of paying for bus fare in Almaty with the help of mobile balance. As a result, during 5 months of operation of innovations, urban passenger traffic increased sharply by 47 million trips. If we will look at the changes from the financial point of view with the comparable period, it brought about 3 to 4 billion tenge. This means that the money that was previously paid in cash came out of the shadow. It became transparent. The money is visible, the taxes are being paid from them, and they can be used in making investment decisions. That is, we know where to spend them. The main conclusion that was made by the participants of the Astana Economic Forum is that it is impossible to automate the chaos. Therefore, all intersections, streets, and buildings must be united into a single platform. That, in turn, will add to the knowledge base where critical situations accumulate, and the system will have to learn how to predict them. Venture fund Larix invested $750,000 in the Australian platform Car Next Door, which allows renting personal cars by registered users. Over the past year and a half, the number of users of the service has grown by 1.5 times, and to date is more than 80,000 people. In addition, 100,000 trips were made, and the amount of payments to vehicle owners exceeded $5 million. The company for the production of electric cars from the U.S. Faraday Future attracted $2 billion. Evergrande Health Industry Group Hong Kong has committed to Season Smart Limited for investing in a startup. The first tranche of $860 million has already been paid. Later, the holding promises to complete the deal by investing another $600 million in the company in 2019 and the same amount in 2020. Garage. This is the name of the intensive 3-month acceleration program under the Astana Hub, where teams were provided with experienced mentors, developers, marketers, and designers for the development of their projects, as well as office space on the territory of the expo. The first Garage finale was held by 23 startups whose authors presented their ideas on the demo day. Among them was the project Inventum 1. This is a cloud solution for automating all business processes in the field of the event industry. We provide a full cycle of sales through cash registers. Sales in online regime are integrated with the client's site. In addition, our platform allows you to sell almost in a single system. It can be websites, terminals, cash registers, because we have a cashier interface. For Kazakhstan, this is a unique software because it allows you to systematize the process of selling tickets. According to the developers, the main value of their product is to increase and save the incomes of the organizer, improve the level of service, and optimize marketing budgets. Since the launch of the service, we have begun to process all business processes with each type of organizer. For example, it can be events, concerts, trainings, and some sports events. Since our platform can work with any type of organizers, we set the first task for ourselves to work out all business processes in order to be ready to answer all the questions and satisfy the requests of each of the organizers we will meet in the future. The filling of the service is done under Linux and implemented on the Net framework technology. This combination increases the security of the system, speeds up its operation, and reduces the load on the servers. In our service, we focused on simplicity. In just 3 steps, the users can create an event and run sales on it. In the first step, the user fills in the information about the event. In the second one, about sessions and prices. And in the third step, the publication is set up. Publication is possible both in the landing page, which is generated with the help of our system, and in all possible social networks, third-party sites, and so on. Functional reporting analytics allows you to track which sales channels brought the most revenue. In addition, it reflects information about the employees who sold most of the tickets. We have the amount that we withhold from the commission. It does not exceed 3%. In Kazakhstan, this is one of the lowest percentages that can be obtained when working with ticket operators and similar systems. At the same time, we do not charge any additional fee for installing the system. And thanks to the fact that we provide big and extensive functional software, we are now comparable to expensive box solutions. Only during the first week of acceleration in Garage, start-uppers attracted their first customers and began to work in the real mode. The KPI of 100 events set for 3 months. They accomplished easily. Now the guys plan to finalize the platform and make it available to every event organizer. Yaroslav Akulich is a co-founder of an investment and consulting group of companies, expert on management, scaling, and business development. Here's another tip that saves me a lot of time. Stop meeting people in restaurants for dinner, for a drink, for anything. In 4 cases out of 5, you'll be forced to wait. Ruthless Management, Dan Kennedy. The surprising feature of this book is that it is written in a very simple language. Dan Kennedy clearly explains how to manage time, how to deal with time eaters and time blocks. In the age of digitalization, we devote a lot of time to instant messengers, different chats, groups, and social networks, and so on. But at the same time, we forget about the main thing, about our entrepreneurial activity, or often holding useless conferences or meetings while sipping tea. We end our conversations with the topic we started in the first place. Conversations about work instead are reduced to trivial things. It is very important for entrepreneurs to learn how to control themselves and without getting too involved with different planners and project management programs. Someone uses ordinary stickers, someone uses notebooks or full-featured software platforms for project management. There is no single recipe, everything is absolutely individual. Everyone chooses what is comfortable for them. Before it was enough for me to plan my work in an ordinary notebook, but taking into account the growth of our team, it didn't work anymore. In this regard, we began to implement various information systems in our companies. Thanks to this, we really increased our efficiency and the number of our meetings was minimized. We hold our meetings no more often than once every 2 weeks. This allows us to more efficiently spend our labor resources and achieve results. I advise this book for reading to my colleagues, business partners who have to manage both their time and their time of their subordinates, because the effectiveness of their company depends on them. There are more than 5,000 gas stations in Kazakhstan. About 1,000 of them belong to large market players. The rest belong to small regional networks. However, most of these companies do not know who is their customer, what kind of gasoline he or she prefers, and how often. The service Smart Gas Station will help to answer these questions. There are two main tasks: to increase sales for gas stations and make the process of refueling for drivers as comfortable as possible. We work with 2 networks in the city of Karaganda. In addition, we are opening gas stations in Almaty and Astana. At the moment, we have more than 4,000 users, and about 3,000 transactions have already passed through the system in the last 3 months. The software part of the platform consists of 2 parts. The first is a free mobile application designed for car enthusiasts. Its functional part is simple and intuitive. According to the founders of the startup, initially the interface of the program was designed in such a way that even a child could understand it. For the driver, the mobile application first of all gives an opportunity to refill the gas at gas stations conveniently without leaving the car, to make a payment. And the second point is the provision of various discounts from gas stations, including and from our service. Thus, the driver can buy gasoline cheaper. In addition, the platform includes navigation on gas stations, which takes information from the huge content base of Kazakhstan's gas stations. Here you can track the history of orders as well as see the analysis of purchases, where, when, and how much the driver spent on gasoline, which allows you to more effectively plan your budget.
Наши партнеры заправки в своих личных кабинетах видят в целом продажи по заправкам.
Our partners can see general sales of gas stations through their personal account. They can also track these figures in a section for each refueling separately, with the dynamics of sales as they change depending on the launch of a particular stock. Plus, this is a good marketing tool that allows you to promote discounts during different times of the year.
Маркетинговый инструмент проводить различные скидки на различных заправках в разное время.
Monetization of the project is carried out at the expense of transaction commissions. Their size ranges from 0.5 to 1.5%, and these funds are collected only from partners. Therefore, using the service, drivers do not incur additional financial expenses.
Мы сейчас работаем над внедрением искусственного интеллекта.
We are now working on the introduction of artificial intelligence, which allows us to analyze the customers of gas stations and offer them more accurate predictions of where and how to conduct their sales or discounts. This will be a computer analysis based on neural networks.
Проводить лучше акции, да? То есть это машинный анализ на основе нейронных сетей.
In the near future, the functionality of the mobile application will be expanded with new opportunities. Virtual coupons and cards for gas stations will appear, as well as additional loyalty programs for customers. Startuppers plan to occupy about 5% of the profile market within 2 years and attract 200,000 users who, each month, will bring up to 42 million tenge in profit. Alexei Lee, co-founder of the Aviata and Ticketon platforms, purchased the Arbuz.kz grocery delivery service. The amount of the transaction is not disclosed, but it is known that he invested his own money. During 2017, his team analyzed business processes and site functionality and concluded that the project has a great potential for growth. Every day, the service carries out about 50 deliveries in Almaty. It is expected that by the end of 2018, this volume will increase at least 20 times. Almaty residents Iskander Rahmanberdiev and Adil Suranchin have developed Orbi Prime, the first glasses for video shooting in 360 degrees in the world. The amount of preliminary orders of a unique gadget is almost $350,000. At the same time, Amazon, the largest internet trading platform, expects the product to enter mass production for the sale of more than 10,000 copies by the end of the year. The startup's plan is to produce and sell 25,000 points with revenues of $12.5 million in 2018, and more than 100,000 units with revenues of $50 million until the end of 2019.